right. What you guys couldn't see behind that I could see was Julian just enjoying the music back there, like a legit backstage experience type thing there. Hello, everybody.
Awesome.
I know it's kind of built in, so we know we can't really tailor it to fit the vibe of whatever guest that we have. So we're all just gonna have a quick dance party for 30 seconds before we go live.
I liked it.
It works, man. Well, hey, I am Eric with the Portland Sessions. Thank you guys all for tuning in to another At Home Live. As you can see right over here next to me, we have Julian Taylor. Man, thanks for taking time to be here.
Thank you for the invitation and the opportunity. This is awesome.
This is going
to
be fun.
Hang out at my home. It's the closest that I've been to the stage, the dressing room, and the hotel.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, these live streams are fun, but it definitely does not take the place of performing in front of people, whether those people are in their cars honking at you or in a show hanging out in front of the stage. But you played the Blues Fest last night, and that just seemed like an amazing, surreal experience to kind of get back in front of people. Again, they were all in their cars honking at you. What was that experience like, and what did it mean to you to get back on stage in front of live human beings, not this computer?
I was so nervous, Eric. When I first got there and I stepped on the stage, it felt so surreal to be on one. And that's probably the longest drought that I've ever had without performing live. And you wonder if it's like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
And it was. I had a great time. Ottawa Blues Fest did an amazing job. The production for the show was fantastic. Got to see some old friends. It was odd, when we waved backstage and we're all in masks and stuff like that. But
yeah.
The honking cars were cool. At first I was scared because when horns are honked, they're supposed to be scary.
Yeah.
But it was great. It was really cool.
Yeah, they're not normally a sign of encouragement when you hear 10, a bunch of cars honking at you.
Yeah, it's usually not a sign of encouragement.
Yeah, I noticed they would pan over a couple of times. People would like be out their windows waving and honking, and then I mentioned earlier that as like the night progressed and it got darker, headlights were flashing. I mean, it was just a really surreal experience to watch it, let alone for you guys as the artist to perform and be that.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, and you've done, prior to getting back on stage last night, you've done a handful of these kind of live streams. So what has it been like connecting with fans, especially fans kind of all across the world now with, being able to live stream in this very new and unique way that maybe you hadn't done prior to the last 4.5 months?
It's been pretty cool. When we first hit the pandemic, like lockdown here in Ontario, where I am, I'm in Toronto, and that was St. Patrick's Day.
Okay.
Which was rather unfortunate because usually we play on St. Patrick's Day, and it's
and have a pretty good time, probably.
Yeah, have a great time. The money's good, but nobody was working that day. All the bars closed, and all of a sudden, the National Arts Centre in Ottawa, who helped co-present Ottawa Blues Fest, they put together a program called Canada Performs, where each musician would apply, and you could get paid to do a live stream from your house, and that's when it started for me, and I started doing that right from my living. Here's the thing, Eric. I'm running out of sets. I'm running out of places.
There's only so many walls in your house you can use.
Exactly. I did a show from the couch. I did one from the porch. Doing one from the kitchen.
See, that's what I haven't seen anybody do a tour of the house. Play in every possible spot around their house. I feel like maybe that as live streams are starting to kind of maybe run their course and the novelty is starting to wear off, getting creative with the locations and types of setups and stuff might be the new way to keep these going.
That would be really funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
A tour from home.
A tour from home in different spots in the house. Now, I'm sure we'll hear some music off, but The Ridge is out a little over a month ago. Is that right? Like June 19th?
June 19th?
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
It's out now, available to stream everywhere. Are there still some vinyls left to purchase on your site? Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure you head over and follow along. Julian Taylor Music on Instagram, J Taylor Band on Twitter to follow along to kind of know when that stuff's out. But what has it been like, putting out, we talked about playing a real live show in front of people in their cars, doing live streams, and now kind of putting out and doing a promotion of a record during all this as well.
Well, I'm a complete indie artist here, putting out this record, The Ridge, and it's been a lot. I wasn't really sure if I was going to do it. It was supposed to come out in September, and then some friends said, you got to do it, Jay. It's a great record, and people need to hear this, especially right now. So I was convinced by my friends and colleagues to put it out, and I did. And because I'm working it on my own, I do have people that I've been working with to help promote it.
Yeah.
But wow, I mean, it's gotten kind of busy, and which is really great. People really seem to connect with this record, and I'm really, really pleased and grateful for that. And I can't wait to write the next one, but I just don't know what to do.
So you haven't felt like the urge and the need during this downtime to be hyper creative? Have you kind of find a good balance of being creative, maybe writing a little bit, but then, just doing something else during this?
It's been impossible. I do a radio show for Element FM, which is an Indigenous-owned commercial radio station here in Toronto, and I do the afternoon drive.
Okay.
I'm a father, and literally for the first 3.5 to 4 months, it's just been survival mode, and trying to get the ridge out, which was a great idea. At the same time, it really absorbed a lot of my mental and physical and spiritual energy to get it out there as that happens. And so I felt like I've had nothing left. I haven't really been sleeping. I've been tired. I've been trying to be a good dad. I've been trying to homeschool my child who's 8.
Yeah.
It's been tough.
And I think... go ahead.
No. It's just been it's all been under one roof. Only now are we able to get outside. The parks are closed. Couldn't take an 8-year-old to a jungle gym just to get some steam out. Couldn't have the grandparents come in and swoop in and go, "Hey, we got this."
Have a little break. Yeah. And even if you did have that, it's not like you guys could go run off and have a nice dinner someplace and relax, because all that is kind of closed down as well. Yeah, it's definitely a weird kind of experience. We have 2 little ones as well, so it's a weird experience to kind of navigate all of that. And then, like you said, kind of putting in releasing a record and doing all this stuff on top of your normal, dad and household duties. It doesn't make it easy just to kind of sit back and be like, I'm just going to watch Netflix for the next 3 days and see what happens.
Right. I'm grateful that I have a porch to look out on the street, and I have a backyard. So those
Nice.
2 things have come in really handy in this period of time. And it's been tough on relationships, and it's been tough on creativity, but the Ridge has done so well. I'm so grateful for that. It's a weird conundrum.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, it definitely is a good time to put out music, because we, have a lot of time to listen to stuff and kind of absorb all that, and it is a great time to have music like that. And with that, I will go ahead and slide out of the way and give it up to Julian Taylor.
Oh, thanks, sir. Take these off. Hello! I'm going to put on my magic super hat. Thanks for joining me tonight, and thanks to Portland Sessions for the opportunity and the invite. Talking to someone, what did I say? I can't remember, that was light years away. I'm stuck in a bubble, I guess I was wrong. I've been a wreck for just far too long. Come on now. Far too long, rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Some days are easy, some days are hard. It's never too late to go back to the start. Never stop dreaming, as hard as I try, watching the world as it passes me by. on now. One more time, yeah. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Yes, I admit it. So what should I do? Lost in love. I'm lost without you. I'm lost without you. Come on now. Come on now. One more time. One more time. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Rescue me. Your love is gonna set me free. Come on, baby. Rescue me. Set me free. That is a song called Set Me Free. It's off of a record that I put out with my band, JTB, Julian Taylor Band, in 2016 called Desert Star. All right. Let's see what else we got here. This is called Sweeter. Traveling all through the night down the Trans-Canada Highway. 8,000 road signs said to 5 days in May. Traveling from one town to the next, playing follow the leader. How I love couldn't get any sweeter. Stopped to hear Chief Day and George speak at the mission powwow. Reynolds who listens we left, waiting for sundown. An eagle up in the sky made me a believer. How I love couldn't get any sweeter. Broken down cars, little dive bars, radios playing 54-4. My heart soars throughout those country. We had a lingerie launch while Venice was sinking. Those Ontario boys, they just kept on drinking. Faces like silhouettes, raptured in laughter. Now are we there yet? Induces more laughter. Trucking through Rogers Pass, moonbeams reflect on red cedars. How I love couldn't get any sweeter. Thank you very kindly. That is Sweeter off of Avalanche by JTB. Hold on a second. This is the tuning song. Everybody knows it. There we go. Here we go. I'm going to do ballad. I left T.O. quite some time ago, sometime in the spring, with just a knapsack and a 6-string. I'd made this deal. I was barely 17, armed with delusions of a dream. Hitchhiked for days all along the northwest, with no knowledge in my chest of ways and means and schemes. By the time I hit Seattle, I arrived by train. It was called the Empire Builder. I'm not sure how it got its name. Not even old enough to drink, but I always found a way. Often stumbling out onto the streets, the moon shining on my back, singing da 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 da. In a few more years, I would try again. This time with my friends who shared much of the same sense of wonder or desire for fame. As the white lines hurtled past the asphalt, how quickly that would change. We headed out on the 401, feeling no pain, until one day, somehow, that would all turn to shame. So much was in us at the time, helping me to close my mind and try not to think at all as I brace for the call. Da 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 all that was good, that was promised in this life, was taken so easily. Turns out reality wasn't crafted up to be what was meant to be. When I look back down, I look back to when I was 17. And all those miles and miles and miles that I've seen. Each inch of pavement has a story to tell. Some I can't recall, others I remember all too well. La da 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 Ballad of a Young Troubadour, Off of the Ridge. And here is The Ridge, the title track from the record. It was mornings like these when the breeze whistled through the trees. The fog would hover and the grass would still be wet. Put on my rain boots and I'd get dressed and head down to the barn beside the chicken coop. Follow around the front door, down the path, through the brushes and past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there until the house sold and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. Stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. Then we make our way past the dog pound, through the fields to the stables where the horses lay. Shove old Monroe, clean their beds and prepare their feet for the day. My favorite horse was named Frosty. To Sherry gave birth to a calf named Zeree. I swear I was there to witness his birth, sharing that incredible memory. And there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. You can stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. She taught me how to write. She used to sing me lullabies. She watched me take my first steps in the kitchen when I was just a kid. Those were the early years where we were taught to have no fear, and everything seemed so clear. I'd follow around the front door, down the path, through the brushes and past the pond. My sister and I used to catch frogs there until the house sold and we had to move on. Now there's a westbound wind blowing through the ridge again. You can stay in or go outside and wait for it to die, but either way, it never ends. Never ends. That is the title track of my new record, The Ridge. My name is Julian Taylor. You can check out The Ridge on all DSPs, Apple Music, Spotify, and you can go to my website. I still got vinyls, juliantaylormusic.ca. And part of the proceeds from the record are going to the Bruce Adamson Shine Bursary Fund. So there's a GoFundMe link. Bruce Adamson, for those of you who don't know, was a very good friend of mine, played in the band Staker Crossing with me and my mates, and passed away in 2015. Great guitar player, and we are trying to raise money for at-risk children who have love and interest in pursuing music. My name's Julian Taylor. I got one more song for you. Thank you to the Portland Sessions for having me. Happy Saturday. It feels like a Sunday for me. I don't know what it is. But I hope you're keeping safe and sound. Lots of love. Here we go. That string just doesn't want to cooperate. Well, it's not enough just to be perfect. You gotta be worth it. You're gonna try. And when the sun goes down, I know you feel worthless. But honey, it's worth it. So dry your eyes. And when the sun goes down on the sturdy old town, I'm gonna lay you down. I'm gonna pick you up before you run. Well, it's not enough just to be helpful. You gotta be doubtful if you're gonna try. And when the sun goes down, I know you feel helpless. But babe, you can't help it. So dry your eyes. And when the sun goes down on the sturdy old town, I'm gonna lay you down. I'm gonna pick you up before you run. And when the sun goes down on the sturdy old town, I'm gonna lay you down. I'm gonna pick you up before you run. Well, it's not enough just to be patient. You gotta be vacant if you're gonna try. And when the sun goes down, I know you feel restless. So honey, just rest your weary eyes. And when the sun goes down on this dirty old town, I'm gonna lay you down, lay you down. I'm gonna pick you up before you run. And when the sun goes down on this dirty old town, I'm gonna lay you down, lay you down. I'm gonna pick you up before you run. Well, it's not enough just to be perfect. You gotta be worth it if you're gonna try. Thanks so much.
That was awesome. I know you can't quite hear me yet because you don't have my cans on, but that was amazing. Thank you so much.
The cans on. Hold on.
Yeah, you put the cans on. I will reiterate that The Ridge is out now. Make sure you stream it on all of your favorite streaming platforms. Order vinyl, order CDs, order everything over your site, which I realize this is your social media, but you can find your site through your social media, Julian Taylor Music. I put a link to the GoFundMe in the chat, so no matter what platform you're watching on, we're streaming on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. So thank you to everybody who's tuned in on all those various things.
Thank you,
I put the link to the GoFundMe, so make sure you guys head over and check that out. I want to give a special shout out to Leanne for the super chat. I'll make sure that gets into that GoFundMe as well. Thank you for that. And everybody that was in the chat, thank you guys for all doing this. I know it's not the same as the horns honking last night, but there's lots of clap emojis, and love being sent via emojis and words through there. So I say this every time that we need to have, YouTube needs to have some kind of audible sound when somebody types in a clap emoji, so you can start kind of feeling and hearing some kind of feedback when you're doing that. So if you're a developer out there, just make that, send it to YouTube, and
give Eric some points.
Yeah, I'll look back end, something. A couple points on the back end would be nice. But no, man, that sounded awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
And hopefully there are more drive-in shows in your future, since that's probably the closest we're going to get to a real show easily through the rest of this year. So.
Well, I was thinking about it yesterday when I was on stage, and I was like, oh, wow, now if it rained, these people could stay at the show.
Yeah, it might be harder on you.
Harder on us, but we've played shows where it's been raining or snowing because we're in Canada, and people have been outside and they've left. So now they could just stay in their cars if it's not that bad.
Yeah, and you could hear it and everything. That was good. I saw like a few wineries did some kind of pop-up shows here around Oregon, but nothing on the scale of what the Blues Festival put together. I mean, that was awesome. And the fact that people could sit in the car and hear you, loud and clear. I heard you mention like, oh, can you hear me out there? And all of a sudden horns just went crazy. So that, like I said, that must have been just a surreal experience to kind of be part of that. And
it was
and hopefully, I mean, all of this is very surreal in general. Like, this is how we're doing shows and stuff, right now. But yeah, at least being in front of people. So again, make sure that everybody is following along Julian Taylor Music on all social media. And with that, man, I'm going to awkwardly end the stream. And thank you for taking time to be here. And thank everybody in the chat on all the platforms for watching and tuning in. If you're new to the Portland sessions, please consider subscribing to us. We have a lot of sessions coming up, and we'd love to see everybody back. And with that,